AITA for how I responded to a senior HR member accusing me of taking drugs at work. Background: I have diagnosed bipolar disorder. I've been on medication over a year and it's the best damn decision I've ever made. That being said, I have a tendency to go off my meds when I'm manic. It's not fun when the meds wane out of my system and I go nuts. In order to not sabotage myself, I take my meds every day at 11 AM. It helps me settle myself for the rest of the day, and keeps me on a strict schedule. Incident: my workplace has shifted online fully. We had a Zoom call yesterday with HR to update everybody on COVID measures going forward for the upcoming quarter, and it was about 30 or so people on the call. HR has been anal retentive about people keeping their videos on throughout the meeting. Nobody is allowed to move out of the screen. The meeting began at 9 AM. 11 AM comes around and my alarm buzzes to remind me about the medication. I moved slightly out of frame and took them while still on the call. I didn't think anybody noticed, but apparently this senior HR person we'll call Q did. The meeting wraps up at 12 noon, and as we're all getting ready to sign off, Q tells me to stay behind after everybody leaves, in front of them. I found that unprofessional but held my tongue. Q then launched on this long diatribe about how I'm setting a hostile work environment by taking my meds during work hours, that I'm being neglectful of my duties, and that I'm ruining my body with them. When I finally got a chance to respond, I said that the drugs I'm taking are prescription medication, and that I fail to see how the 5 seconds it takes me to take them is creating a hostile work environment. I said that my medical history is none of their business, and since they have failed to demonstrate any real harm in the situation, I didn't feel like this discussion was warranted. Q looked like they'd swallowed sour milk and told me they'd be writing me up and that I was officially being warned for my behavior. I saw red, and right after the call ended, sent an email to the head of HR, summarizing the conversation and refuting the warning/write-ups. I stated the relevant legal protections accorded to employees in such situations and that I hoped R would address this fairly. I looked into the matter and I learned later that Q had been suspended without pay. A bunch of my co-workers caught on to what happened, and are now making it very difficult to work with them. Apparently Q was a popular person in the office and they felt that complaining to the head of HR was taking it too far. This entire situation feels utterly surreal and I can't think of any reason why I'd be the asshole. But I'm facing an uncomfortable work situation and want to know if I need to apologize and smooth things over. If Q had behaved appropriately, they would never have gotten suspended. It's probably worth noting to the higher-ups that this report got spread, which is creating a hostile work environment for you. NTA. They didn't catch on. Q told them. NTA. Unbelievable. You did the right thing. It wasn't Q's soapbox to get on, and it doesn't matter what the medication was for. It was a prescribed medication meant to be taken at a certain time. That's all Q needs to know, and, frankly, Q doesn't even need to know that much. Replace bipolar disorder with any other medical condition, diabetes, heart condition, and it is just outrageous behavior. I think Q may have suspected this is a mental disorder prescription because I have certain disability accommodations. I'm at a loss on how to deal with this. I really think I might have to start looking for other jobs, and in the middle of a global pandemic, this market is utter shit. NTA. Q was shockingly unprofessional and out of line. Actually surprised they got suspended though, but I think I'm just used to shitty HR departments not doing anything. Also, a hostile work environment is an HR member calling you out to talk privately in front of your co-workers. Honestly, I think the only reason Q got suspended was because I brought up legal provisions. NTA, you had to protect yourself from Q, who sounds like they're very unsuited for their job. Seems apparent they have some personal biases with the wrecking your body comment, and if these biases might be something to do with their religious beliefs overriding your medical needs, you've actually done everyone that has to work with them a favor. I don't really understand how everyone else found out about the details here. This should have all been handled confidentially, and if Q is the one who told everyone what happened, they should be fired. If you told everyone everyone what happened. That might have been a mistake, although it probably seemed like the natural thing to do, as Q made it obvious something happened between you. Hopefully it will blow over soon. The idea of having to be on camera non-stop for 2 hours is ridiculous anyway. It happens when someone has to go to the bathroom, but that's another topic. Anyway, maybe Q will quit. AITA for not telling people my missing cousin is staying with me right away. It is the middle of the night, and my phone won't stop ringing because of my family. To try and keep this short, my cousin Jake got outed about 4 or 5 days before his 18th birthday in the summer. His parents, my aunt and uncle, made arrangements for him to be sent to one of those awful camps that claim they could cure him. A kid in his community was forced to go and came back and was clearly not well, so Jake didn't want to go. Jake ran away from home and jumped from one family house to another. His folks didn't file a missing person report because they didn't want to look bad to their neighbors. They just told them that he went to that camp willingly. He disappeared in the middle of October, and turned up in my city a week later. After making sure he was safe to bring home, my wife and I allowed him to stay. He didn't want me to tell the rest of the family for a while, because those people at the camp keep showing up to take him. I made sure to talk to a lawyer, who assured Jake that they cannot take him. 3 days ago, he told his parents he was here. A few hours later, those damn camp people showed up, but they were unable to take him. My family has been blowing up my phone for the last 2 days, angry that I didn't tell someone sooner. Well, Jake didn't feel safe yet, and still doesn't. Wanted to make sure he was ready. Still, even those that want to protect Jake is upset with me for hiding him. AITA for not telling anyone that he is here until he was ready. Edit. Wow. Thank you all for the awards. I don't deserve them, but thanks. Since I am drinking coffee and slowly going through the comments, I thought I should say a few things. First off, while I figured I wasn't the author hiding him from my more narrow-minded family, it was those that really wanted to help Jake that made me feel guilty. They were all scared out of their minds and wanted the peace to know he was okay. I felt bad for not telling them. Though I am sure they wouldn't have turned him in, I felt bad because we were working on keeping him safe. Also, we got a lawyer who got the police on the lookout for those camp people in case they try anything. Jake is not going out alone until we are sure he is safe. Third, we are looking on how to get his paperwork, like his birth certificate, here because no way he trusts his parents to just hand them over. My granny-in-law is talking to some people that could help. Fourth, Jake says hello and thank you. Oh, and we're Catholic, not Christian. We're our own special type of Jack-a-dollar-s. Edit once again. Okay, you're right about the Catholic/Christian thing. I was raised to split hairs. I apologize. NTA. But weird that you think you'd be an asshole for protecting him from those fucked up conversion camps. Keep protecting him. Stick to it, man. Make sure he knows he has a safe place to stay with you. You need to call the police since the camp people are trying to kidnap him. They know he doesn't want to go but keep showing up. He needs a restraining order on these people. This is very sinister. If the camp people show up again, call the police. Take pictures, document everything. Ask Jake to write down every time they've come to get him and if there's other witnesses. You're NTA. In fact, you're a saint to protect Jake from his clearly dangerous family and even took him to a lawyer. Jake didn't and doesn't feel safe because he clearly isn't. There's a cultish organization following him and trying to kidnap him. Jake clearly can't trust the rest of the family, so please keep supporting him until he gets on his feet. Edit. Thank you for the gold. It's my first one ever. 3. Edit 2. Thanks everyone for all the awards. Smile, wasn't expecting it at all. NTA. Fuck those people. Fuck homophobes that think being gay is something that needs to be cured in the first place. Fuck people that think parents have any right to do that to their kids. Good on you for protecting him. Not to get all political, but I'm gonna. The 11th Circuit Court of Appeals ruled that conversion therapy is somehow protected by the First Amendment. I can't even roll my eyes hard enough. It should be called what it is, torture. NTA. What you did for your cousin just shows how much of a good character you and your wife are. Going above and beyond to not only respect his wishes, you also sought legal help to protect him and inform him. If you were a part of my family, I think I would know who my favorites would be. NTA, if those camp people show back up, tell them they'll be charged with trespassing if you ever see their asses on your property again. AITA for yelling at my roommate's girlfriend because she hid my credit card and then claimed it was for my betterment. I, M25, live with my close friend, Josh, also M25, and his girlfriend, Anna, F22. It used to be only Josh and I until the lockdown started back in March and Anna permanently moved in. I get along okay with Anna, but we're not super close. I guess that establishes the group dynamics. Yesterday, I couldn't find my credit card. Josh and I searched the entire apartment for 2 fucking hours, but we couldn't find it. Then walks in Anna, after her evening walk, and goes, "What are y'all up to?" To which I ask her if she's seen my credit card. She straight up says that yep, she has it. I was like, "What the fuck are you doing with my credit card?" To which she said that I shouldn't worry as she didn't intend to use my card, she only took it to help with my addiction. What addiction? She thinks I'm a shopaholic and that I buy way too much useless shit. She saw some movie the night before where the protagonist had this condition and shocked herself into a crazy debt. That movie reminded her of me. She said, I quote, "You're not there yet, but you will be if someone doesn't intervene." I was pissed off at this point because, A, I do not have a shopping problem, and even if I did, I am using my money that I work hard for to buy things I like. She's absolutely no one to try to poke her nose into my business, and B, her having my card meant that she came inside my room, snooped through my stuff until she found the card, which is a gross violation of my privacy. So I asked, rather loudly, to stay the fuck away from my things and that I would fucking call the cops on her if she ever tried pulling a stunt like this again. Josh was not aware of her stealing and he's siding with me. But Anna's trying to convince him that her intentions were pure and that I'm grossly overreacting and being a dick to her. AITA? NTA, and check your credit card statement just in case, and double check your previous credit card statement since she has been living with you. Just cancel the whole card, she could have written the information down for future use. NTA. NTA. She's not your parent and you're not a child, and she's not your spouse or legally responsible for your debt. She stole something of yours, and regardless of her intentions, she's absolutely wrong. Your roommate should be standing up for you. NTA, I would check your bank/credit statements and make sure you don't have any surprise charges. No, she stole from you. Whatever her bizarre reasoning is, stick to your guns. Make sure she and Josh are fully aware if she ever does anything like that you'll call the police. And if I were you, I'd get a lock for my bedroom door. Who knows what she's up to when you're not home.